want the administration of the survey to be full of delays. We worked with the TPM project coordinator and made sure that the survey was given right after the TPM orientation when interest was very high.
Employee surveys are excellent sources of information on why productivity is down and costs are up. These surveys are also important because employees feel that they're participating, they're contributing, and that they have an influence on the changes to be made in their environment. The effectiveness of a department involved in a TPM project can also be measured by looking at the public's perception of how well your department does what it does. Which brings us to step 5 in the total performance management procedure, the customer survey.
The users of your city's products or services are in the best position to provide information on the end result and effectiveness of the employee's work. This kind of information will help define areas where improvement is needed.
In 1979, the San Diego Organization Effectiveness Program worked on another total performance management project with the city's Building Inspection Department. An employee task force was formed to design the Citizen Survey. The survey had 2 parts, a telephone survey and a permit counter survey. The telephone survey included questions about the effectiveness of the phone answering services and inspection services. In a random sample, 300 former clients were interviewed. The permit counter survey was a face-to-face interview conducted as clients left the building inspection permit counter. 150 people were interviewed. This survey was designed to get fresh, on-the-spot reactions to the service at the permit counter and input on how those services could be improved.
The employees of the Building Inspection Department were reassured that the results of the customer survey would be shared with them also, as soon as the data was tabulated.
Once information from the 3 sources has been gathered, the TPM project manager and the project's consultant or in-house staff must prepare the surveys and data feedback to managers and employees. Tabulation can be done by clerical staff, but if finances permit, tabulation and cross-tabulation by computer is certainly the most efficient way to go today. Now let's look at Roberta Beatty again, working with her team to interpret the tabulated data.
First, maybe, Rochelle, I'd like to have you take a look at the employee attitudes and the customer attitudes, if you will.
Is that
now,
in
let's,
the first part of
let's
this?
take a quick look at some of this. And the kind of comparisons that I'd like to see you do is whether or not the employees are saying positive things and that we get a correlation with the customer getting a positive response at the same time. And then truly what I think I'd like to do is take those same 2 surveys and take a look at our productivity measures.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to have an opportunity to take a look at age, sex differences, neighborhoods, other kinds of locations, and then we should be able to tell the difference between our customer, our employee attitudes, and our inspection productivity.
I can see some of the differences.
Once the interpretation is
It's really
completed,
exciting. Well, here's
the
the
results need to be prepared for presentation to employees for feedback.
The heart of total performance management is the action planning step. Here is where a TPM condition for success, that the employee knows best how to improve performance, is put into practice. All employees participate in analyzing results, defining the problems, and recommending courses of action through problem-solving groups. All this must take place in an environment of open communication.
When San Diego City's Communications and Electrical Division reached this step in the TPM project, they found tailgate meetings to be the perfect environment for discussion. These meetings were usually held after the crews returned from the field. The line supervisors received training in how to facilitate these problem-solving meetings. They learned how to guide the focus of the discussions to the future, not the past. The crews clearly defined several problems in morale, the grievance structure, and maintenance procedures. Frankly,
They provided a lot of excellent insight into the situation. During the action planning step, the emphasis is on understanding, defining, and problem solving. The next step, then, is to implement the plan.
I'm a senior field inspector for the Building Inspection Department. After we talked about the problems in the department, we drew up plans of action. Everybody did, crews and supervisors and even management. We came up with specific goals and objectives, and then drew up timetables for putting these plans into action. Top management gave approval on most of our plans. The changes have definitely improved my job. Inspections are scheduled a lot more efficiently now. I can get into the field a half an hour earlier, and that raises the number of inspections I can do in a day. You know, the training program for inspectors is a lot better too. Because of improved work methods, we're saving $145,000 because of the TPM process, and management is happy with that. I'm happy. Everybody's a lot happier now.
Evaluation is really key to the whole process. It's frequently left out and not taken seriously. When I first got into this business, I had a city manager say, "Can you prove it?" We had just done a really successful project, but we didn't have any data to back it up. We couldn't tell them where we were when we started and what we had accomplished in the time period and with the resources that had been spent. We couldn't do it. We had not set up good evaluation for pre- and post-measurement. Evaluation is really key.
Basically, total performance management is a 9-step process for improving productivity in the public sector. In an effort to share TPM with interested jurisdictions, the City of San Diego, with financial support from the Federal Office of Personnel Management, has produced this videotape and accompanying manual. But every jurisdiction is different, and we hope you'll be able to take the information presented here and adapt it to fit your own organization. Good luck in meeting the productivity challenge.